So I just, thinking about what happened in the last 3 or 4 years. It is insane. You look back and you're like, wow, how things change suddenly, right? Suddenly, suddenly. That's a good word to describe it. Suddenly, what happened with that guy? Oh, he suddenly passed away. But anyways, it's just funny how he goes right now. They don't care about people not wearing masks. They don't care about people walking into a shop without masks. They don't care about the passport, the miracle passport, and all that bull. And people just decided to move on. I can't move on. I told you before. By the way, I just got my day court for filing my tickets. Imagine, almost 3 years after, almost more than 3 years after, because my tickets were for June 2021, and now the date is for the end of July 2024. The tickets that I got for not complying with the test at the airport and the 3 days quarantine in a hotel from your pocket, which is crazy. I don't know if you guys remember. They were forcing you to do they were forcing you to do a test before you leave and another test before you come back to the country. Those tests at the beginning, they were pretty expensive. I remember for a family of 4, I paid back and forth like $2,700 plus my tickets, another $4,700. Then when I arrived to Canada, they asked me to do another test at the airport, and I think to myself, why? I asked them why. Oh, because we want to make sure. Listen, but I got tested like 24 hours ago. Oh yeah, but just in case. Just in case what? You guys making me waste $2,700, right? The funny part, when I did that test, they were not looking for the virus. They were looking for what does he call it? Oh my God, the new variants. And when I asked at the pharmacies if they can look for the new variants, they say no, we can't. So I'm thinking, what are we doing here? So how come the test already changed from one disease to another one, a variant, and no one adjusted it? It's the same test. Anyways, because God knows how the PCR works. But anyways, so you make me waste that money, and now what? Well, so it's mandatory. Nothing is mandatory. Nothing. My body's my own country. Nothing is mandatory. Anyways, the guy said, well, I believe the test that you required for me to leave and come back is a punishment. You're gonna make my trip more expensive just because I'm traveling. But then we got politicians, we got people who supposed to be essential, and they are exempted to all of this BS. The 14-day quarantine, the test at the airport, the test leaving and coming back. Like, what's going on here? So firefighters, police officers, EMS, politicians, and a few others exempted. But we, as public employees from the city, like bus drivers, construction workers, garbage recycle, we have to comply, even though we're essential. Anyways, I said, so you guys punish us because we're traveling, right? Oh, I'm sorry, sir. So I said, no, I'm not gonna do no test. What happened if I test positive? What happens if my kids test positive? So you're gonna take my kids away from me? Or you're gonna remove it from my family? Like, no, get out of here. I got my test done. I'm not gonna do it. Okay, sir, don't do the test. But please, go to that line, because they had like 2 lines, 2 slaughters. Go to that line and go to that bus and say, where the bus is gonna take me? To my parking lot? Because I park at the airport. And the guy said, no, you're going to a hotel for 3 days. We're gonna wait. We're gonna test you again on the 3rd day. And if you're good to go, you can go home. I said, are you guys are nuts? I'm going to my house. No. And also you have to pay the hotel from your pocket. Are you crazy? This is like someone in the government has a friend who can make a rule, like a policy, to take people from the airport to the hotel. And now he created a problem, and he's profiting at the same time. Are you guys insane? You guys, I'm not going nowhere. So at the end, they ended up giving me like $50,000 in fines for violating the 144 to 148 article of the emergency mandates and all that BS. But if you read the article, it doesn't say anything about refusing to go to a hotel and pay from your pocket, refusing to do a test that you already did. It doesn't say anything about it. It just say a bunch of stuff, nothing to do with what was happening right there. I ended up going home with the fines, which now finally got the day to go to court. Of course, they will get dropped, but all I'm saying, they put you through hell for the last 3 years. That's why I can't move on. So now, they're calling me at my house every day. I'm not answering because I know who they are. What they want to know, they already fined me, right? They already give me like a bunch of fines. Then, within like 3 or 4 days, they came to my house to knock my door. I told him, get out of here, buddy. I just kicked him out. He ran away, almost crying, in tears, in fear, because he didn't want to identify himself because he was afraid that I could be sick So he was talking to me like 20 meters away from me. I said, buddy, get out of my property. It's a long story. He ran away. He called the police because he was afraid for his safety. Get out of here. What are you doing in my house? You're trespassing. It's private property. Get out of here. So anyways, they stopped calling me the last day. They keep on calling me. It was like a robocall, and then someone was calling for real, like a human. And then they give up at the last day. Anyway, but they keep calling. Anyways, now I look back and I realize that the miracle injection didn't give you immunity. Didn't protect you from the spread. And also didn't protect you from getting the disease and suffering the side effects of the disease and have complications. So it didn't protect you from anything. So how come they call this miracle vaccine? Oh my God, I said the word. This miracle injection, how did they call it? The miracle. It didn't give you anything. So how did they say it was 100% safe and effective? How? When it didn't give you anything that this regular injection will give you, supposedly. Because I don't believe in any of those injections anymore. Even the baby injection, I don't believe in any of those. I don't believe in any of those. I believe they created a problem, for example, with polio, that polio is being eradicated like 80 years ago. And the vaccine was created like 60 years after it was eradicated. But anyways, I believe that polio, what happened right now, they're injecting everyone with a little bit of a virus of the polio. So eventually, some people might spread polio when the immune system is weak. If they're close to someone who's not vaccinated against polio, that person might get polio. So that's the only thing. Other than that, like chicken pox and all the stuff, you can just ride through it. But anyways, so any of these injections do what it's supposed to do anyways. The one that they created it during the pandemic doesn't do his job. So why do I need it? I feel like first they were trying to sell something by force. Then I'm listening to all these conspiracy people about the 5G, about the graphene, and all the stuff. And now I'm looking what is happening around things, sport players, sport people, pilots, doctors, actors, suddenly passing away. And I'm thinking, wow, those are the side effects they were talking about. They were covering with black marker, but now we're starting to find out it wasn't 98% safe, 99% safe. So I know many of you don't want to talk about it. Many of you got it. I understand you're afraid, but trust me, there's ways to detox these things. I just find out a doctor. I don't want to say the name of the doctor because the algorithm is going to pick up his name. So, but it's famous. He got a protocol to detox. It might take you 6 months to detox, but it's something about the graphene that is really hard to detox. Graphene is a metal, and the shape of that metal is like a razor. So I don't know how that works with maybe it oxidizes and then it melts away and then you flush it. I don't know, but there are ways to flush and to detox those things from your body. So take a look at that. I'm gonna see if I can put a link in the description. And yeah, but don't ask me to forget about what happened. I can't forget about what happened. It's among us, you know. It's happening already. It might happen again.